Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So as you can see in the thumbnail, it's just a discussion video today discussing one of my favorite game developers, publishers, Atlus. I think they do a phenomenal job with all their games, very high quality. The amount of work and love they put into their products, I think really shows through. So I've always had a great amount of fondness for them. But I just want to kind of discuss today what's going on or what the things I see. I kind of meant to make this video at the beginning of the year. And of course I didn't. I don't make any videos. And, you know, based off a couple recent events, this video is kind of morphed into what I was planning to do and to kind of what it's going to become today. So first off, I should say, I'm not a huge fan of like the leak videos. You know, who doesn't want to speculate about the future? But according to leak videos, we should have had a, you know, Nintendo Switch Pro like 5 years ago. So, you know, nobody has insider information. I certainly don't. Nobody talks to me about anything. But, you know, it is fun to speculate about that. I do like more prediction videos. And I like the prediction videos where the creator is just saying, this is what I would like to see. These are what I would be interested in or what I think would be cool to see from, you know, this game franchise or this developer or whatnot. Those are my favorite. So kind of what I want to do today is just recap things I've seen with Atlus lately and kind of what I would like to see the direction headed in the near future. First off, I think kind of probably the one that's least interesting to most people is the Shop Atlus store online. I was very excited when they announced it. I know they had a website before years ago that was a huge disaster and didn't work out. But I like Atlus products, so I want more of them. So I was very excited. That being said, I feel like it is very slow to get off and running, and the amount of products available aren't super great. There's just not as much there as I want to see. And, you know, most recently they introduced these computer mats, fairly large size. The pictures look really good, at least on the website. And they were very reasonably priced, around $20. Phenomenal deal. Well, they were sold out before I even knew they were on the website. They do say they have restocks planned, at least for most of them, which is great, but who knows how long that's going to take. And then, you know, I just feel like something like that that's more reasonably priced that people are interested in, they should do a better job of having, you know, enough to go, available to go from the beginning. I will say they've really done a lot better with their shipping prices recently. They've gotten those under control, especially domestically in the US. So hopefully things are on the upswing there. I would love to see more products available to those of us that are interested in buying them. Okay, so on to the games. I think my biggest concern with what I see happening right now with Atlus is that, oh man, I hate to say it, but they seem to be going kind of the lazy route, and it makes me very nervous based on how high quality their games were in the past. And what I mean by this is, at the beginning of the year, when I was going to make this video, I was going to talk about games I think that they should like kind of just like, not even necessarily remaster, but just throw like a, you know, a new coat of paint on and release physically on the Switch. Other systems too, but the Switch seems to be a port machine and games seem to sell really well on it. And amongst all their huge catalog games, one I was going to point out specifically was the Etrian Odyssey games. Now, the reason why is because there's so many of them. They're RPGs. People love those, especially to get like a physical set for their collection. And I thought it would have been great to, you know, pop 3 or 4 of those onto, you know, a special collector's edition. And they would sell like hotcakes. Would be great. You know, lo and behold, Atlus did release Etrian Odyssey games, but they did the worst thing possible. They made it only digital. You know, man, I think that was a huge mistake. Nobody wants just, well, I shouldn't say nobody. A lot of collectors aren't interested in that the same way. There are great games to go back and play, but we want the physical editions. So that's just, you know, really kind of sad that they decided to go that route. Now, who knows if somebody else won't pick that up and come out with a, you know, physical edition of it. Play Asia probably will come out with one eventually, who knows. But it was just kind of like, kind of a letdown when they announced that. That being said, just yesterday they announced that, you know, while not Atlus themselves aren't developing it, a Chinese company is, they're doing a Persona 5X mobile game. Now, boy, do I want to be excited about another Persona 5 spinoff. Yes, I love Strikers. Not my favorite style of combat by any means, but to revisit those characters again and get pulled back into the world, it made my day. I loved it. But having a mobile-only game, oh, that's very scary. And I did hear it's going to come out on the PC. And I'm sure it'll, eventually, who knows, probably have other ways to play it. But once again, we're not getting a physical copy of a game. It's just a digital thing. And, being a cellular phone game to start off with really just makes me worried about what are they going to do with this game. Do I have to pay like $2 to unlock a Joker's costume? Or if they do shoehorn in other characters, do you have to pay for those individually? Not the kind of Persona experience I want to have. So not super excited about that. Just the way I've seen them go lately with a few of their games is, they're going that digital, the easy, the fast route, instead of giving the fans the kind of experience they want to have. So I don't know. We'll see with that. The Strikers got a physical, Soul Hackers 2 got a physical, nice, good copies of the game. So hopefully this isn't like something they're going to trend towards all the time. We'll see. I don't know. I'm concerned about that. And then on to newer games. Part of the problem with Atlus, I shouldn't say problem. Another concern I have, Shin Megami Tensei and Persona are their, kind of their bread and butter. Obviously at this point, nobody can deny that, but Atlus has such a wide library of games that are so good. All their games are so good that I just feel like they're making a huge mistake not branching out more and keeping some of those other franchises alive. Switch, again, I'll bring it up. That would be a perfect platform to either remaster Snowboard Kids 2 or 1. 2 would be preferable. High definition graphics or a brand new game in that franchise. Or any of the other franchises would be it would be so nice to see one of those games. They do a phenomenal job with their RPGs, but if they really want to broaden their horizons and attract other type of gamers, they really should branch out more like they used to do and come out with some of these other games. And, one of those that was announced such a long time ago, even though this is more into the RPG, is the Re-Fantasy project they had announced. They'd come out with, some information about in a trailer. And we haven't heard anything in a long time. And, part of that, I think, is Atlus learning from their mistakes in the past. They announced Persona 5 so early that people had to wait years and years, and it, affected the press one way or the other. Who knows? But I think they kind of learned from that, and we're like, okay, we just got to stop announcing stuff so far in the future that we don't have a feasible release date. I get that. But this is a game now that they came out the trailer and everything years ago, and we haven't heard anything at all. Now, I'm not one of the people that believes the project is completely dead. I think we would have heard something if it was just canceled. But why haven't we heard anything in a long time? Same with the next mainline Persona game, whatever it's going to be. If it's a, expansion on Persona 5 or a brand new Persona 6, whatever it is, that's I could do a whole video on what I would like to see individually, but we haven't heard anything at all. And I think those are their two big projects that they are working towards, but we haven't heard anything, and it is getting to be quite a long time. I mean, you got to remember, Persona 5 originally came out on the PlayStation 3, and now we're into PlayStation 5. So it's been, quite an expansive time period that we haven't had any kind of new game in their most financially successful franchise. And my biggest concern there is, not that it's taking so long. I'd rather have it take a while and then come out with just a superb product like they do, but that they're so focused on some of these remasters and remakes and getting those out that they're kind of putting the new stuff on the back burner. Now, it's hard to admit, but it's true. The reason a lot of companies do that stuff is it's so much easier for them to just put, a fresh coat of paint on an older game, clean up the graphics, re-release it, and make a ton more money. It's a faster, easier revenue income for these companies. I get that, and a lot of times they need to do it to keep things moving forward. But I just hope that it's not at the detriment of the new games that we're all anticipating, that we're looking forward to. because it seems to have stalled so much that we're not getting any news now about the new stuff. And the stuff that's coming out about all these like minor things like this mobile game just aren't as exciting because they're not, I don't feel like they're going to be at the same quality or the same experience that we are all hoping and waiting for with like the next big Persona game. You know, this sounds kind of spoiled as I'm thinking about it because like SMT 5 was great. I actually don't hate Soul Hackers 2. Has a ton of problems. I totally acknowledge that, but I enjoyed it for what it was. So, you know, some of the games we're getting are good. It's just a trickle effect, and I feel like they need to at least make some kind of announcement. Like, hey, we're still working on this. Here's like a teaser picture or something. Not like, hey, we got some exciting news about a mobile game that, yeah, could be good, but guess what? We're probably going to screw you over on microtransactions. So just the reason this all concerns me so much is Atlus is such a company I love and have respect for that I don't want to see them ruin it. And it's just, it's getting worrisome the way things are going over the course of the beginning of this year. So I don't know. We'll see how things go. I just really hope that they have something big and quality for at the end of this year, no matter what it is. We need to see that from Atlus. Hopefully we get that. All right, guys, that's really it. Just wanted to ramble for a little while today. Thank you guys for checking out my channel and this video, and I'll talk to you next time. Hey guys, I'm back. So I was editing the video and I am so embarrassed because I never do this. My videos are perfect. I never make mistakes, but I completely forgot to talk about one of the most important things that I wanted to talk about in this video. And I think that's because I don't take notes and I'm not organized and I suck at YouTube. But here we go, I'm back. So I wanted to talk about Persona 3. You know, a lot of YouTube channels I watch are just guys or gals that focus on Personas and Shin Megami Tensei. And, you know, there's been a lot of talk recently about Persona 3 remake that will integrate, you know, Fez and Portable and whatnot. And I would just like to say that I don't believe any of that. It would be great. I would be excited too. I don't in any way, shape, or form see that happening. The number one reason is because it won't make enough money. And I'm saying that because, you know, they just re-released Persona 3 and Persona 4 digitally only, which I'm not happy about. I don't like digital. If you watch this channel, I always prefer everything physical. I will admit, I did buy Persona 4 Golden digitally on the Switch because I haven't been able to play it. I'm actually playing it right now. I'm loving the game. Review of that will be coming, but since they just re-released like a, you know, upgraded version of Persona 3 Portable digitally, there's no way they're going to make a remastered version of the game. I don't think they have the resources right now to work on something like that and to integrate everything needed to do. I would imagine they'd probably have to rewrite a bunch of source code. But also, too, they're going to look at it this way. There's going to be so many people that already bought the digital copy of it, of Persona 3 Portable, that they're not going to go back and double dip. Granted, of course, there will be a huge percentage of people that would want to go buy a remaster or, you know, if it's a brand new version of it, especially if they get a physical edition of the game. But I think the way Atlus or any company like this would look at it is they're gonna look at it and say, there's going to be a section of the, you know, our population that won't buy it because they already bought the digital and they're not going to spend that money again. So they're going to look at that as a loss off the bat. And, you know, they're just like any other company. Yeah, they want the fans to, you know, enjoy the product, but they're not going to do it at their own detriment. They're not going to put out this product if they don't think they're going to make the most amount of money possible. So yeah, no on Persona 3 Remaster. I know there's so many rumors that it's happening. It's in the works right now. Once again, I'm chalking those up to leaks that are like somebody started a rumor and it just spirals and it's not going to happen. I would love to be proved wrong, and I will eat my words if this part of the video comes back to haunt me and you know, somewhere in the future. I just don't see it happening. I don't think it's practical in any way, shape, or form. And you know, with everything else Atlus hopefully is working on, I don't see how they're possibly doing a Persona 3 remake. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I had to add that part on. Have a good day.